Full time from Bramall Lane. It's Sheffield United 1, Manchester United 2. We get the victory. Is it a convincing victory? No, not whatsoever. But all we give a shit about at the moment is getting 3 points, and that's exactly what we've gotten. What a horrendous season this is. I mean, we've got no identity, we're hoofing the ball long, and we are really, really struggling and getting played off the park by Sheffield United for a lot of that game. A team who hasn't won a game this season, a team who's just come from a championship, and a team who just got stuffed 8-0 on their home deck not that long ago. It's just really, really embarrassing how far we've fallen, and that we are scraping these wins against teams like Wolves and Sheffield United and Crystal Palace. Not Crystal Palace. There was one other team, Brentford. It's embarrassing how we're doing that, and we've just got to be better. And under the current manager, unless he doesn't start switching things up, I don't think we will ever see it. We need some different team selection. We need some different ideas, because we won't see it unless he decides to be the main man. Okay, let's get into these player ratings. Andre Onana is going to have to be a 7 for me. I thought he was really, really good. Yeah, I thought Onana made some really, really crucial saves. I thought he actually made 4 or 5 really, really good saves from a long Sheffield United attempts, whether it was tipping it over the bar, tipping it wide. Obviously, he couldn't do anything on the goal. It was a penalty. He picked the right way, just couldn't save it. I mean, the game plan was to hoof it long, so we executed that. And when he had to go on the ball and play some more precise passes, he was good at it, along with Maguire. I think it was a decent game for Onana. He'll build. He will build. I've still got faith he will work. My just problem with Onana is I think we could have just spent the money more wisely. We did not need to spend that money on a goalkeeper. We needed to spend it on a centre-back or another holding midfielder or a striker. I think De Gea could have stayed for another year. That's just my opinion anyway. But if we were always going to replace the goalkeeper, I still think Onana was the best choice. And I think he'll build. I back him. DIOGO DALOT, I mean, it has to be a 7, and he has to be my man of the match. He was my man of the match without a goal, to be honest. I'm doing on the community tab, and you'll actually see at the end of this video a new graphic I've made, the UCATT FC Player of the Year votes, and he is currently leading that. And oh my god, what a season he's having. He's having a really under-the-radar season. He's our most consistent player at playing each game, week in, week out, and performing really, really well. He's getting forward, creating stuff, putting balls into the box, and then the cherry on top was scoring the winner. An absolute worldie, curling it inside the top corner past Wes Foderingham, outside the box. What a goal from DIOGO DALOT, and he gets a 7. Harry Maguire, he also gets a 7 from me. You'll be surprised with 3 7s to start. You'll be very, very surprised with 3 7s to start, but I thought he played really well, Maguire. I thought 90% of our attacking play came from him switching it to one of the wings, and I thought his long passing was really, really vital in the way we played today. It was a game that suited him. It was slower paced, he could clean up, and Johnny Evans was the quicker centre-back moving into midfield, and he could drop back. It was an interesting dynamic, but it worked. Johnny Evans, probably a 6. I thought he did his job okay. Moved into midfield. He got forward. Like, along on our counter-attacks, he was just getting straight into the box. Really come out of position. Evans was just giving that free roam roll. I didn't mind it. Victor Lindelof, I'm going to give a 6. And I thought he was actually really good at left back, considering the week he had. I didn't think he'd even be available to be in the squad today. And the fact he started in a game where I thought Reguilon would be back, after the week he's had sleepless nights after the game that got called off between Sweden and Belgium, where 2 Swedish fans got shot, and obviously Lindelof's a Swedish captain, and he's been devastated. Sleepless nights throughout the week, and he's come out and put out a decent showing for United, providing an assist for the Dalot goal. Just so many plaudits deserved for Victor Lindelof. He's been getting slandered unfairly lately, and I'm not having it. I'm really happy with Lindelof, and such a strong and courageous performance to go out there today. Amrabat, probably a 5. We weren't really playing through him. He almost scored a worldie that was even better than Dalot's, but we just weren't playing through him. McTominay gets a 6.5. He scored a goal, but apart from that, he showed a bit of goal threat, and he just can't stop scoring. That's 3 goals in 2 games for Scotty Boy. And I think we might start him against Man City on Sunday. It's the sort of game where I think Ten Hag might start McTominay for just that around-the-box goal threat. Just my feeling. Bruno, he gets a 6 from me today. I thought Bruno was okay. I think that's unfair. I think he actually created stuff, and it was in a game that was very hard to create because a lot of our players weren't moving on the wings. I think Bruno did as well as he could, just a straight 6. Anthony 6, return to action. Wasn't completely sharp, but I think he did alright. Rashford 4, again, just doesn't want to pass and doesn't create anything. Rasmus has to be a 4. We should have won this game 4-1. He had to put away 2 of those opportunities. Really, really frustrating from Rasmus. I didn't understand this sub, by the way. Garnacho 6.5. I think he created stuff. He should be starting. Martial 6 Fran, 6 Mount, 6 Ten Hag. Team selection, I think, was decent. Substitutions were awful, and there was no identity. But we won, so he gets a 5. I think that's fair. Submit my vote. It'll be Diogo Dalot, 58% of the vote. He wins man of the match. He was our best player even without the goal, and that worldie was the cherry on top. And now just to end this off, my UCATT FC Player of the Year votes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I do them on my community tab each week, but I'm actually bringing them into player ratings videos. You can see the leaderboard as a whole, every single player on the community tab after each game. But here are the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Diogo Dalot gets the 5 votes for me, moving on to 22 votes for the season. Harry Maguire gets the 4 votes, moving on to 7 votes. Andre Onana gets the 3 votes, moving on to 13. Scott McTominay gets the 2 votes, moving on to 7. And Victor Lindelof gets the 1 vote, moving on to 6. If we take a look at the top 5 leaderboard, it's Diogo Dalot who sits supreme, 6 points clear of Casemiro in second. It's like a 1 point gap into third with Bruno Fernandes, a 1 point gap into fourth with Rafael Varane, and surprisingly a 1 vote gap into fifth with Andre Onana, who stereotypically people have been saying he's had a poor start to the season, but that like first 2 games or so, it really got him some votes. Two decent vote games in which we played really poorly, but he performed well. So yeah, alright, see you all next time. Cheers.